Hi, we're Chantal and Mark. After Chantal went from being a fit and healthy forensics officer to suffering a stroke, retraining facial muscles, and learning to walk again, we decided life was worth living, so we put on our boots and decided to move off grid. It's one of those golden afternoons where Chantal and Spy are soaking up the last of the sun before the frost rolls in. The air's already got that crisp edge to it, and we know the fire will be crackling soon enough once we head inside. Nights are getting colder, mornings are getting sharper, and it's a reminder that winter is well and truly here. Check out the power.
Wood chopping competition up next.
Yay! Only 960 to go. After a heavy frost makes for a beautiful day. Before the snow takes over the high country, I'm heading out for one last overnight hike in the mountains. Just me, my pack, and the silence of the ridgelines before the season fully sets in. So one of the best things about living where we're living is the fact that we've got quite a few very, very nice walks up to some DOC, which is Department of Conservation huts here in New Zealand. And I've just taken a drive on a bit of a whim. Well, not really, I did pack a little bit of gear, but I decided late last night that I was going to hike up to this hut. So I'll take you along with me and show you what it's like. So at the start of each of these tracks, there's not always a bridge like that, but there is a little station here where you can write your name and your intentions. Now it's really important that you do this, because if you do get stuck, then the dock workers can have a bit of a look and see how many nights you do intend on staying. So ask your name, ask where you're from, ask how long you intend on staying, and then when you come back out again, then you write that you've departed, and they ask you to comment on what the weather conditions are like up at the hut or up at the track that you've just hiked along. Another thing to do before you leave, obviously, is tell someone where you're going. if you and a mate are over here in New Zealand going for a bit of a hike and you head off, get stuck, no one is going to know where you are. Dock workers aren't always on these tracks. They might come through and do maintenance maybe once or twice a month, way less if it's a less popular track. So very, very important to state your intentions, let someone know where you're going, make sure you pack the right gear, always pack for wet, cold conditions. I may be in a t-shirt at the moment, but it is only, I think, about 4 or 5 degrees, but I've got thermals on underneath. I do have thermal blanket in my bag. I do have my wet weather jacket. I've got a -10 sleeping bag with me as well. And I plan on staying in the hut, so I didn't bring the tent with me this time. I've just had a look at the book. There's no one looking like they're going to be up there tonight. Another thing to spot when you're out here is these tree markers. So sometimes the tracks are a bit worn out, or there's animals that use the tracks and sort of move off in different directions. But if you just keep following, excuse my puffing, following the orange markers. So there's another one, oh, up there, then you'll be right. And if you get a bit lost, just backtrack, follow your steps back until you get the path again, and then carry on. Don't just keep walking wildly, aimlessly. Be aware of your elevation changes as well. So I've just come down this steep hill. Good bit of fun. I like flying down them, but obviously when it's slippery and muddy like this, just make sure you're well aware of your footing. And try give yourself a good flat spot to land on. Try not to be landing on rocks or anything that might move on you. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting that to be half a foot deeper than that, so skip over the top of the rocks, no problem at all. Would you check out how clear that water is? This is why New Zealand's so beautiful. What a spectacular bridge. Well, I think this might be as good a place as any to stop for something to eat. Good thing about this Nina Hut track walk is the varying terrain. So it's not all just straight bushwalk. It's not all mossy. Some of it's roots. There's a bit of a boggy marsh to go through. There's some bit more open spaces like this. There's river crossings. There's walks along stony river tracks as well. So it's got it all as far as high country walking in New Zealand. Love it. Alright guys, you let me know what you think, but I've got 3 essentials when I bring with me camping when it comes to food and drink. Essential number 1, sports drink, Gatorade, Powerade, something like that. Number 2, lollies. Got to have some lollies, keep the energy levels up. Number 3, which is the most important for me, meagering noodles. Gotta have some 2-minute noodles with me. Nice and light and easy to carry. There's always water around. You just might have to boil it, but you got to boil it to boil your noodles anyway. So, meagering, lollies, sports drinks. What about you guys? What's your 3? Oh, there's a big boggy hole. Okay guys, last little stretch through the bog. Now, I don't care who you are, how fit you are, where you are in your life, but if you get out there and achieve a goal, there's no greater feeling. I highly recommend it. So, what you need to do, get off your ass, get out there and get it. Welcome to Nina Hut. This is one of thousands of dock huts scattered across the high country of New Zealand. So Department of Conservation New Zealand pays to maintain these. So you pay for a hut ticket to stay here for the night. So there's different types of huts. There's standard huts and premiums and whatnot. So this is a class as a standard hut, which is, I'm pretty sure, one hut ticket for the night. So I've got that hut ticket in the box already, and it's just amazing out here. They do such a good job of maintaining these huts. Some of them are a bit dodgy, but this one's a really nice one, so I'm really lucky. Looks like it's just going to be me here for the night, which I'm more than happy about. I do really like coming up here on my own. It's my little quiet time. It's my time to get away, reflect, and just get away from internet and all that sort of fast-paced life, and that's obviously why we're doing our off-grid thing anyway, because we do love that type of thing. But this is just taking it to that next level. There's no reception out here. Obviously I've got my camera with me, so but that's just so I can share things along with you guys. So hope you appreciate it, and like and subscribe, follow along, and we're going to have a lot more content like this to come. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it actually sleeps 10, but there's only nine swabs. So they have these plastic covered mattresses here, which is a lot nicer than what it used to be. Used to, in some of the old huts, would be wool sacks strapped between two logs. Now those ones were pretty uncomfortable, so I'm glad I've got an actual mattress here. There seems to be some dry firewood luckily in the shed, so I've broken up a bit of that. I've got that there ready to go for tonight, because it's going to get to about -3-4 degrees Celsius, that is. So it's going to be reasonably cold, but I'm going to sleep up on the top because obviously heat rises, and that should keep you nice and warm. And obviously I've got my good sleeping bag, so I should be fine. Okay, getting myself set up, and I've got a problem. There's no water, and it's a bit of a hike to get down to the river, damn it. So the old tank which runs off the roof is dead empty, because I better know what happened. It would have frozen up here one night. Someone's gone like this, opened up the tap and realised that it's frozen, and they've left it open, it's thawed out, and then the water would have all drained out. So thanks whoever did that. So now I'm going to have to hike with a kettle and a bucket and go get some water. Bugger. So that was about a 10-minute hike on the steepest part of the whole track. Anyway, all part of the adventure. Well, that was an extra 20 minutes of hiking I wasn't really prepared for. But got got plenty of water for myself, and there should be a few litres left for the next person as well, but hopefully there's a bit of rain. It rains a lot up here, so hopefully there's a bit of rain before the next people come up, so there's some water for them, because that's no good when you're expecting water. But I mean, there's water everywhere in the creeks and the rivers and whatnot, but this hut is not as close to water sources what most huts generally are. Usually the huts are built pretty close to water, but anyway, we move on. Well, I've had my shower, which is a wipe down with some wet wipes, because obviously there's no shower up here, and I'm not brave enough to hike down to the freezing cold water and do a cold plunge. That's not really for me. I should start doing that sort of thing, but yeah, I'm not quite brave enough for that just yet. So I'm feeling a lot cleaner. Got my bed set up the top there. The old water is boiling away. Obviously water's pretty clean. I wouldn't really be too bothered about drinking the water out of the creeks and rivers around here, but just in case, I'm going to boil it. And then I've got another pot there on the stove, the wood stove there, that can fizzle away when I've got the fire going later on. Fire's going, jug of water's boiled. I think I'm going to have the soup. Alright, evening time in the cabin. I've just been having a bit of a stretch and a lie down, just chilling out, and it's obviously gotten quite dark. I just re-cranked up the fire again. The wood isn't overly dry, but I found some dry enough bits, and I've got some bigger logs that should hopefully last all night. Morning guys. What a lovely morning. It was pretty bloody cold last night. We've got a not too bad of frost. It's probably -2, -3 degrees out there, so a bit of ice about the place. The fire was cranking last night. I did get quite a bit hot, so I went from upstairs to downstairs because it was getting too hot up there last night. Sleeping bag's a bit too good for that, but by the time this morning crept around, I did have to actually get inside the sleeping bag. I just have it on top of me last night for a start. So got the fire going again this morning. So it's not too bad in here, but it's still reasonably cold. And got up early, cooked my bacon in the dark, and I'm pretty much ready to go now. So I think I'm just going to have a last little sweep up and then head on my way. Well, we're at the end of our hike. It's been a really nice trip actually. Really good to get out on my own, have a bit of a relax. If you've made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Like and subscribe to follow along with mine and Chantel's off-grid tiny house journey. We've got a heap more videos to come, and live life.